morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Desomos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empath free. If you are new, on this channel I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality and I talk about personal and self-growth. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And we thank you for your love and support. This is probably the first video you are going to see that I'm making in the park with the snow. So it's the first video you're probably watching with snow in the background. Now, I want to talk to the black sheeps in the entire universe. When this message finds you, you're most likely a black sheep. If you click on the video, then most definitely you resonate with this kind of content, and I welcome you to this family. Now, I'm going to help you guys look behind the veil. The black sheeps, I want you to listen very, very attentively. It is most likely one of the videos you haven't heard anywhere else. The message that you have not heard anywhere else. So, in a dysfunctional family, the dysfunctional family is infested with so many different kinds of things. We're talking about ancestral trauma, generational trauma. It has been eating up family members, relatives for decades, for years. And you see, what is happening is that when we're talking about generational trauma, we're talking about so many different kinds of things. We're talking about sicknesses. We're talking about failure to have children, failure to get married. We're talking about those individuals who always are struggling. It looks as if in the family, all the members of that family, they are struggling on a daily basis. They are struggling each and every single day. Now, a black sheep, you are the scapegoat of that family. And I want to make something very aware. I want to make you guys very aware of something very, very important. The scapegoat in that family, as a black sheep, you are the scapegoat in the family. There is spiritual patterns. Generational trauma, we're talking about spiritual patterns. Now, when you're talking about these spiritual patterns, we're also talking about things that are happening unconsciously. So there is people who are not aware of these kind of things that are happening in the background. I've told you guys in my videos, this whole thing of abuse, you have got to understand that there are some individuals, you do not take it personal. I know it's very painful, guys. You shouldn't hear this from me. It is very, very painful for you to understand that this thing is not personal. This whole thing that is happening in the background, these are spiritual patterns. They are unconscious patterns. So there is people in those families that they are doing things to you and they're not even aware of them. You know, they are destroying you. They are doing all these kind of things. You may think that they are conscious at some degree. You may think they are conscious and they know what they are doing. But on a very subconscious level, these individuals, they are agents. They are simply agents. So these individuals have been given an assignment in that family, starting from the narcissistic parent. And of course, including other members of the family, the flying monkeys and all these kind of narcissists. So they are on an assignment. They are on an assignment to crush you down. The reason why a black sheep in those families, you are experiencing a very big hardship, very difficult hardship in your life. It looks as if you can just put one step forward and then you have got like 3 steps backwards. There is nothing happening for you. That is because you are involved with a team of vampires. These individuals have been assigned to your life to bring you down. In no way is a black sheep going to supposed to conquer and achieve very big things in their life. So most of the times you are going to realize a lot of distractions along your journey. That's the reason why I've always told you guys. A black sheep has got the most difficult life in those families per se. You need to understand something, chosen ones. I've already told you guys, black sheep, you guys are chosen. You have been chosen to bring healing in these families. You have been chosen to change the entire paradigm. So if you have been seeing a lot of family members who have been struggling each and every single day, they are, it's like nothing is happening, There are some of them who achieve a certain degree of success. So I've told you guys, there are some family members, especially the ones who are close to the narcissistic parent, the ones who are favored by the narcissistic parent, including the golden child and all these other flying monkeys. A lot of them may sometimes achieve some amount of success. You may sometimes see it along your journey. But a lot of times, that success is short-lived. And I'll explain to you why in this video. I want you guys to listen very, very closely in this video. I've taken a very long time doing my research, and I want to share this information with you. The success that those individuals are achieving in those families is short-lived. The reason why it's short-lived is because a lot of these individuals, they have been leeches. They have been leeching off of your energy. These so-called vampires and members of the family that you didn't know did not have your back. A lot of them have been leeching off of your energy. So a lot of your success has been a result of you getting involved in those kind of families. So apparently, you are sent into those families to bless them, to heal them. You know what I mean? So most of the times, they are not going to see this for the most part of their lives. They are not going to see this. They are not going to actually acknowledge this. That's the reason why most of the times, they are bringing you down. Anything that you talk is not valid. Anything that you mention is not valid. Your achievements are not valid. So they will never validate you in each and every single way. But most of the times, behind closed doors, you are the guy blessing, you are the person, individual blessing those entire families behind closed doors. And they're not aware of this. So I've told you guys, all these things are happening unconsciously. Nobody is aware. On a physical level, they may think they don't like you, or they're watching you from a distance, looking at you in a certain way, but on a spiritual level, they are not conscious. On a very spiritual level, these individuals, they are agents. They are agents that have been assigned to your life to make sure that you do not achieve anything that you came here to achieve. So in most of the cases, on a spiritual level, they know what it is you came here to do. As long as this abuse is going on, most of the times, a lot of you guys are not awakened. So you're not even aware of these things. You don't know what is happening. You're not awakened. So behind closed doors, these individuals, they feel that you are a threat. And actually, to be honest, you are a threat in those families. So they know that as long as you exist, that cycle or that kind of trauma is not going to be continued on to further generations to come. So they know that your existence in those families is a threat. It is going to become very clear to you, chosen ones, when you awaken. You are going to realize that it is very, very deadly. It is a very deadly cycle you have been involved with. You are going to be able to unmask so many different members of those families. You are going to be able to see your entire family for who they are. I've told you guys, when you wear these spiritual glasses, you're able to look through your entire family, each one of them at a time. You are going to be able to see your sisters, your brothers, your fathers. You're going to be able to decipher each and everybody for who they really are, not for those guys that you've always known. The spiritual glasses are going to help you to understand these individuals on a deeper level and who they really are. And most of the times, like I've said again, this is unconscious. They do not know what exactly is happening. These individuals, they have been assigned to your life as well. Because remember, as a black sheep, you have been assigned to those families to intercept those kind of traumas. So on a very spiritual level, they know what role have you come to play in those families. Is the reason why you're going to face a lot of resistance. I can guarantee you guys, as a black sheep, a lot of you guys are going to conquer with me all over the world. You're going to conquer with me that in those kind of families, you are the one who has had the most tremendous amount of pain. That pain that nobody has ever seen before. Resistance, setbacks, blockages. You open up the businesses, they fail. You're moving from job to job. Sometimes you're having a problem to have normal relationships, normal successful relationships. Each and everything you have touched in those families has been a failure. That is because there is individuals in those families. They have usually continuously been feeding off of your energy. By you just being in their presence, they have been feeding off of your energy. And I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Every black sheep in those families, they have got the so-called favorite brother or sister. Listen to this one. It's very, very important. Every black sheep in those families has got the closest sister or the closest brother. It could even be sometime your mom or your dad. I can guarantee you guys on a very spiritual level, those individuals, they are not as close as we think. Those individuals, they're supposed to keep a monitor. They're supposed to keep monitoring you each and every single day. They want to know each and every step you make. Physically, you're seeing them, they're very close to you. Or you think they like me. All of a sudden, you've got this favorite sister, this favorite brother. You think that they've got your best interest at heart. Let me tell you something, chosen ones. On a spiritual level, these are monitoring spirits. They are assigned to your life to keep a tag on you. They want to know each and every step you make, each and every move you make, because they already know on a spiritual level, these individuals, these entities, that you're chosen one. So these entities are using a lot of these family members in your circle to cause harm to you because they are supposed to win this war. Let me tell you something, guys, black sheeps, we are talking about spiritual warfare here. You are going through spiritual warfare. The earlier you wake up, the better. They have been assigned to your life to cause you a tremendous amount of pain. The more pain they cause you and the more they bring you down is the more they are rewarded in their own entities. So those entities are rewarding them. So you'll see a lot of them, they will succeed. They will be building houses. They'll be buying Porsche cars. They'll be doing this. They'll be doing that. But I can guarantee you, for as long as you are connected to those families, they're actually feeding off of your energy. And those individuals, they are being blessed because of you. So it is your energy that is helping them to thrive. One thing is going to happen, chosen ones, when you wake up. Listen to this one. When you wake up from a dysfunctional family, chosen ones, a lot of chaos is going to happen in those families. There is going to be a tremendous amount of shake-up. The entire family foundation is going to be shaken up because it looks as if you're waking up from this pattern. It's like you want to break out of it. And I've told you guys, the only way you can achieve success is by, first of all, you wake up, you have got to get out, chosen ones. Let me tell you, black sheep, listen to me. You have got to exit these family units at every cost. You have got to make sure you get out and you're supposed to fight for yourself. Because you getting out is also accepting that this is a pattern that you do not want to participate. So you are choosing to break out of that pattern. Breaking a generational curse also includes you stepping out of those patterns because you have got to step out to break it. Listen to this one, chosen ones. I'll mention it again. For you to break a generational curse, you have awakened from it. You know what it is. Step out of it. You are going to start breaking that curse when you have stepped out of that. When you have stepped out of that cycle. It is the reason why you're seeing a lot of chaos happening behind closed doors. There's a lot of chaos happening in those families when you walk out. You're going to start seeing people losing their businesses. You're going to start seeing people selling their homes. You're going to start seeing people in those families crumbling to the ground. That is because you have awakened. The chosen one has awakened in those families and you're stepping out of those units. So that means that by you stepping out, you are unplugging yourself out of that energy. You are now starting to work on yourself. You are starting to heal because remember, your healing is also bringing a lot of healing to that family. But in that time, in that process, you're also going to experience a lot of shake-up in that foundation. The whole entire foundation of that family is going to be shaken up by your awakening. They are going to experience the biggest awakening they've ever seen. Let me tell you something. A lot of those family members, sisters and brothers or whatever, narcissistic parents, you're going to awaken them to a degree that they've never seen. The very moment you snap out of it, chosen ones, you snap out of that cycle and you get out of it, they are going to experience an awakening they've never seen. That awakening is going to shake up their entire system. You're going to see those individuals, they want even to kill each other sometimes. It is the reason why you see the narcissistic parent at the top. What they do, they run very, very quickly to try to replace you. They have got to try to find. Normally, what happens in the beginning, of course, there will be that smear campaign. So the narcissistic parent will go around and they are going to smear your name. Oh, you know that guy is stupid, is this. So they are going to mention a lot of things to other family members because they want everybody on their side. But most of the time, it's not working because the black sheep has awakened. Now, what is happening is that they are going to try, the narcissistic parent at the top, they are going to try to send a couple of family members to hoover you back into the family because the shake-up in that family is causing a lot of chaos in the whole entire foundation. So they are sending now a lot of these flying monkeys to come and talk to you. Oh, come and, join us, try to be a part of us. Dad is missing you, mommy is missing you. And all those kind of things. They are not missing you. Do not get it twisted for one moment, listen, chosen ones. They are not missing you at any degree. The only thing they're missing is your energy. Because I've told you guys, the moment a chosen one unplugs out of a dysfunctional family, they are going to, first of all, for the very first time in their entire lives, they are going to notice what role have you been playing in that family. Because you see, it is easy for them to dump their garbage upon your case, upon your life. It's easy for them to dump their garbage and their BS on you. But when there's nobody there to carry their burdens and their garbage, they are suffering with their own internal problems. And that is when they are going to come face to face with the real problems that they have been hiding. Because you see, they have been going through this trauma for a very long time. And they have been able to divert that attention towards you because it is very, very easy for them to get away with it so that they may not have to face the reality of what is going on in that family. But when you plug out of those families, that is when they're going to come face to face with the trauma that they've been dealing with. So a lot of family members are going to be able to realize that they're narcissists. They cannot run away from their shadows. They're going to be able to look at themselves in the mirror. They're going to realize for the very first time that they'll be the problem all along, including the narcissistic parent at the top. Because you see, the narcissistic parent at the top, they have been getting away with a lot of things. It has been easy when you've been involved with them. They've been getting away with a lot of things. Or it is the problem with so-and-so. It is the problem with so-and-so. It is the problem with Denzomos. Those kind of things. They have been able to point fingers and to make sure that everything turns around and looks like you have been the problem. But the moment you walk out of those families, let me tell you something, chosen ones. You are going to see a lot of these individuals, because they do not have a scapegoat in the family, they are going to start crumbling because now they are being forced and they are being pushed to look at themselves in the mirror. They have got to understand who they are. They have got to understand what the problem is. And they are going to, for the very first time, realize you have never been the problem in the first place. Do you know why? Because you're working on yourself. You are healing. You've started healing. And let me tell you something, because of your energy, chosen ones, you guys do not know who you are. Let me tell you something. I've done a lot of self-reflection in the last couple of years. A lot of you guys do not know who you are. You are very powerful. You are very powerful. You have been chosen for this assignment. You have been built for this. It is the reason why you have been enduring all that pain all these years. All these past years, you've been enduring a lot of pain in those families. You have been able to carry the whole family garbage on your head. But now that you have exited and you've gotten out of it, they do not know what to do. You know what I mean? They do not know what to do. They are confused. They do not know how to look at themselves because now they are being forced to look at themselves and self-reflect, and they do not want any part of that. Because self-reflection is also going to be a very big exposure to them, to the people around you, the people who have known your family for this entire time. It is going to expose them at a degree they have never seen before. So they are not ready for that. They are starving for your energy. They are starving for your influence you have had in that family, because now they realize there is something missing. There is a very big gap missing in that family. They have now, for the very first time, realized you have been a blessing to them. Even that in the beginning, they have never seen that. Now they are able to realize you have always been a blessing to them, although they have never acknowledged that from day one. Blacksheep is important for you to know. When you leave those families, it's game over. It's game over, chosen ones. Listen to me. It's game over for them. Each and everybody that has ever laid a finger on you is game over. They have got to go through a tremendous fall for them to be able to rise again. Let me repeat this. They have got to go through a tremendous fall for them to be able to rise again. And they are supposed to rise again after doing the work, after healing. So they're supposed to go through a very massive, tremendous amount of healing. Anything they have ever achieved through manipulation, through lies, just through manipulating you. Some of you have had so many cases. A lot of you guys, you have lost homes, you have lost this, you have lost businesses because of family members. They are going to lose everything that they've ever stolen from you. And then they are going to go back and start healing. The very moment they heal, that is when they are going to experience maximum blessings in their life. So you're going to see a lot of healing happening in that family. Black sheeps, I will tell you something, chosen ones. You are the most powerful people in those, the most powerful person in those families. You have been sent in those families as a blessing. You have been sent in those families to end all this suffering that they have been going through. A lot of them, they will not usually recognize this, but a lot of times it's the truth. You have been sent in those families to bring healing to that generational trauma and to bring an end to those cycles that have been killing and destroying family members from day one for generations of years. So the reason why you see them suffering when you depart from those families is because they are being punished. They are being punished. Spiritually, they are being punished because they have not done the job. How come that you have run away? How come that you have escaped? How come that you are the one that got away? They are going to become completely obsessed with you. They are going to come around and stalk your social medias. They are going to send flying monkeys to suck you in, to suck you back in. They are going to be completely obsessed because they are going to feel that very big, beautiful energy that is missing in the family, in the entire family, because not only have they been feeding off of your energy, but you have also you've been working as a cover-up for the dysfunction that has been happening in those families. So you have been a cover-up. When you were in those families, they were not able to self-reflect because there was a scapegoat all this time. There have always been a scapegoat who has been carrying the family baggage. So they have not had a chance to self-reflect. The very moment you get out of those families, you're going to force them for the very first time to look at themselves in the mirror. They are coming face to face with the truth that yes, the family has been infested with so many diseases, so many problems, so many setbacks, so many problems here and there. Each and everything is going to come to them the moment you wake up. I've always told you guys in my videos, black sheeps, you do not return to this dysfunctional family. Is very, very, very dangerous. Your job has been done. You have awakened. You've gotten out. You are healing. Not only are you healing, but you're also healing the people that are connected to you, especially those family members in the dysfunctional family. They are paying the price for not doing their job well because you woke up. You were not supposed to wake up. They were supposed to keep you down on the floor. That's the reason why you see they are always going to stalk you. They want to keep an update of what is happening in your life. They want to be updated each and every single day. They want to know each and everything. So they are going to be obsessed and completely, they are going to continuously be obsessed with your life and what you got going on. Because remember, a healed person is also a very triggering person. So most of the times, your healing is also triggering a lot of healing within those family members. But for them to be able to heal, they have got to come face to face with the problem and acceptance of what has been going on in those families. They have first of all got to accept that, which is very, very difficult for them. Most of the time, the reason why they are ghosting you, some of them they're running away from you, is because they are having a hard problem to accept that there's a problem in that family. It is very, very difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Family members who are under the spell in the dysfunctional family, they are not ready to face the truth. It is very, very painful for them to remember. It has been hard for you, ladies and gentlemen. It took me almost 6 months to figure this thing out. That yes, I had awakened and I'd left the entire toxic family unit. It took me almost 6 months to let this thing sink in. If you have got to contact these family members, just drop in there. Do what it is you have got to do. Maybe sometime you have got some attachments. You have got some other business to settle down before you leave. Go there, do your job, get out. Do not, I repeat, do not ever return to a dysfunctional family. Black sheep, your job is done. The job you have got in those families is to get out and break the cycle. You have got to get out. You cannot break the cycle of something that you're still participating in. So you're supposed to first of all break out and be able to bring healing to those families. So guys, you already know, I love and appreciate your support. Stay woke, chosen ones. Leave the toxic family units behind. Go out and heal. Your healing is also going to spread out to your family members, and it's going to bring reconciliation in those families at a certain time, at a certain stage in time. But you've done your job, and let God do the rest. And until then, it's been lovely to have you guys on board. Much love and blessings, guys. There's almost signing out, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.